Hello, this is Mainframe here. It has been 7 months, but I am making the second episode of my How to Make a Five Nights at Freddy's Fangame in Clickteam Fusion 2.5 tutorial. Now, where we last did the thingy, we made a warning, main menu screen, in a newspaper. In this episode, we're going to be working on the beginning of the office and our first night, as well as a mute phone call button. So you're going to want to go ahead, make a new frame. I'm going to call this one Night 1 Text. And then go ahead and make another new frame, Night 1. Go to your Night 1 Text, right? And you see the background's white. We don't want that, then we won't be able to see your text. So go ahead and change the background color to black. You can do really whatever you want for the splash screen. You can do a really cool image, you can do stuff. Me, I'm just going to go and hit insert a string like we've been doing before. I'm going to put that up to a decent size, right click, text, typeface. I'm going to go and get a font. You can choose any font you want for this. I like a nice pixely font though, personally. I'm going to make that a decent size. Let's go 28. And you want to make sure my icons are all messed up for this. My font button is my bold. My font button is my snap to grade. It's all messed up, but yours should look normal. Text color, we want it to be white because the white on the black background actually is visible. And then I'm just going to type Night 1. I'm going to center that. Or right click actually. Align and frame. Horizontal center. And then we want to make sure text box, at least like vertically, is just zoned in on this Night 1. Because if we go and we align it vertically, right, that's like perfectly in the middle. I'm actually going to want to make that bigger. But if we have this little chunk hanging off the bottom and we align and frame vertical, right, it's like up because this is hanging off there. So we want to go ahead and clip that. It's all up to personal preference. I just like it completely centered. And now this is basically all we need for like this part of the splash screen. This is all it needs to look like. So you can really go ham with this thing. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and just add a nice little fade transition. So click on Night 1 Text, Properties, and we're going to do a fade in and a fade out. So fade, color, black, and 2 seconds is good. And then same for the fade in. Fade, color, black. You can't actually fade out from background, surprisingly. I'm going to go ahead and go to the event editor. New condition. Is the timer equal to a certain value? And we're going to go 4 seconds. Next frame. That way, if we're here at a newspaper. Oh yeah, forgot I didn't do anything for the newspaper. Go to your newspaper. Alright, new condition. The timer to it equal to a certain value. 4 seconds. Next frame. Basically same thing you did for Night 1 Text. The newspaper is like super useless, actually. Yeah, I mean, for lore reasons makes it good, but it's literally the same as this. So if we go to our main menu, you might not have, hold on, you might not have this application from current frame thingy. That's just because I have a DLC for Clickteam that allows me to just be way more convenient. $60 to like application from current frame, but I just bought it because I use Clickteam so much. Do that. And 4 seconds, yep, fades out. Fades in. Night 1. Fades out. Oh! Oh, that's bright. And here's our office. It's not really looking like much right now, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a file. So you're gonna want your office picture here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this one. I'm just using the FNaF 1 files. Don't rip the files from FNaF 1 if you're planning to make an actual game joke game. But yeah. You're gonna wanna hit snap to grid to really align that. And then since I did, I chose this 1280 by 720. You can make it really whatever resolution you want, but it just makes sure it like fits the height of your office. You might see that my office like trails off a little bit. That is perfectly normal. And honestly, for this next part, it's actually ideal. You don't have to have an office that scrolls though, but this next part is just going to be all about office scrolling. So you want to see what your width for the office is and make sure the height's the same as your resolution, or else it's going to look weird. So I see my width is 1600, but it's not going to do anything with our scrolling if we don't go ahead to go to night 1 and set its virtual width also to 1600. This is because your virtual height and width, like the resolution is going to stay the same, but your virtual height and width is just how long it's allowed to go. This little border here is your resolution. Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna want to go ahead and make a new layer. Layers toolbar might not always be visible, but my god, is the layers toolbar useful. So, new layer. I'm actually gonna go ahead and lock this office. That's just so, you know, it doesn't like get in the way of stuff when we're clicking around. See, now it's just in place. Next, actually, this is just for 3D spaces. What I'm about to do. If you're making like a 2D FNaF Fangame, you don't want to do this. It'll look weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the perspective object. I'm like pretty sure this is built in. Boom. Perspective object. And then you want to size this to 720. This is just gonna give everything a bit of a curve. So if we move this up, actually, I'm not sure if I set that up right. I'm just experimenting here. You can do whatever works for you, but yeah, I think I did it right. It's only really noticeable though when you get your scrolling working. And I'm actually gonna Control-Shift-Click on the office to unlock it because I forgot to do something. Uncheck follow the frame. You don't want it to follow the frame. Actually, wait, no. You want it, yeah, sorry. I got mixed up. You want to check follow the frame. I was thinking of something else. My bad, I'm tired. I'm just gonna name that so I don't lose track of that. Lock everything. Now we're gonna get to our scrolling. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna insert an object. You just want to insert an active here. And we're gonna make it a long active. It being long actually matters also. So just insert a long active. We're going to rename this bouncy ball. And then we're going to set this bouncy ball to be a bouncing ball. Now, if we go ahead and run our application, bouncing ball goes off in the sunset. So clearly we're not done yet. I don't know why I felt like running there. Go ahead and insert another active and call this one cursor. This is going to end up being hidden at the start, but if you want to make a custom cursor, just make this active into like an image of your cursor, and then I'm going to go through how to make a custom cursor, but this is going to be invisible, and I'm just going to use the default cursor sometime. But a custom cursor adds polish. I'm going to go ahead and new condition always. And this is for the custom cursor. I'm going to turn that off in a second. The custom cursor, but oh yeah, keyboard and mouse. Hide Windows mouse pointer. And then position, set X coordinate, X mouse. And position, set Y coordinate, Y mouse. Now if we run our application, our mouse is inactive. It's pretty cool. Next, in our always condition, we're going to set our movement of our bouncy ball. No, our direction of our bouncy ball to look in the direction of our cursor. So now our bouncy ball is quite fond of our cursor. It's kind of fun to play with. Now what this is going to end up doing is we're going to yeah, I think I found it. So I forget what things are. Oh yeah, so chessboard, frame position, no, not frame position, scrolling, yeah, scrolling, center, window position and frame, relative to bouncy ball. Now when we're on, we scroll. And this is where you start to notice the panorama. But you'll notice that we stop. You can kind of go crazy with our bouncy ball. Now we don't want our bouncy ball going crazy because that's kind of weird. So we're going to want to new condition, collisions, another object, cursor, movement, stop on the bouncy ball. I'm going to go ahead and drag this down to copy it. Wait, hold on. Can't negate that. Oh. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. Overlapping another object. Because now we can negate that, yeah. Movement. Start. Now, should be able to... there we go. And then if you're doing the custom cursor, just keep your... Just like, don't do what I'm about to do. But for those of you who do not want a custom cursor, go ahead and get rid of hide Windows mouse pointer. And make your cursor invisible. It'll still have the bouncy ball follow you, but you'll just have a normal cursor. Then I'm going to go ahead and make the bouncy ball invisible too. I recommend that you do this because it's just kind of, you know. It break immersion in your game, and it's kind of eh. Now, that concludes our scrolling. So I'm gonna do something like really simple, but I think it helps with the world building in the game, just like, you know, making it feel more immersive. I'm trying to find it, but what I'm about to do is, I'm gonna get a mute call button in here. You can have whatever you want for your mute call button, and if you don't have phone calls, that's fine. I'm about to go over phone calls though, but I'm trying to find, there we are. A fan. Now, if you have a fan in your game, that's great. Fans are amazing. You're going to want to have, if you double click on an active, you can open the animation stuff. And that's pretty cool for a fan, because fans do move. And moving is part of animation. So, you want to drag, that not work. Oh yeah, you want to drag all your other frames of the fan, as many as you need, into here. Just drag and drop, it's fine. Next, you want to go to your direction options for speed and loop it. So when you hit play, that is way too fast. So just tweak the speed with whatever works for you. That's about right. That looks a little weird, but can't interact with stuff if it's not on the layer you want. I'm gonna Control-Shift-Click just to get the panorama out of my way, so I can line up this fan that is not lined up. What I'm doing here is not the best way of going about this. This is the most finicky way I could have possibly went about this, but let's go ahead and zoom in so I can get it pixel perfect. This is horrible. I did it. I think that's good enough. I would recommend having your office rendered like without the fan, if possible. Because man, that was inconvenient. But yeah, that is absolutely not the best way to do that. But if we go ahead and let our grid snap again. Oh, and I want to make sure. Bring this in front of the fan, because it'll look weird if it's in front of all the panorama. Now, our fan moves. It's pretty good. Doesn't look as good as if I like had better assets, but yeah. Now for a phone call, take your mute call button, put it in the corner of your screen, and now make sure it doesn't follow the frame, because it's not part of the world, it's part of the UI, so we don't want it to. So we're gonna want to be able to click that. I'm actually gonna make it a little bigger. There we go. Oh, too big. I'm just gonna keep it. Now, we're going to want to go to our event editor. I'm going to make a group here, just to group up my scrolling stuff. It's because it's nice to stay organized. Because you're coming back to a project after a while, like I've been, like I just did actually. You want to know where stuff is. So we're gonna head and go phone call. New condition. Start a frame. Samples. Play and loop sample on a specific channel. Now let me just find some. I have it somewhere. Yep. I want to go ahead and I think this is it. I'm gonna make the channel number. Let's go 1. There. Oh, I didn't mean to loop that, but yeah, let me just. Yeah, you don't want to loop it. My bad. Now, if you play your game, there you go. Alright. Now, I'm gonna go the timer equal to a certain value. Let's go 4 seconds. Destroy the mute call button, because you know, you don't want to have that mute call button the whole time if you're gonna listen to the phone call. And then mouse clicks on an object, left click, single click on the mute call object. You want to destroy that, but then you also want to stop sample in your phone call. So now we actually need way more time than that. Let's go 14 seconds. And it's gone. And then if you want just office ambience, make another group. No idea if I spelled that right. Start a frame, samples, play and loop sample on specific channel. And this is the actual play and loop. And you're gonna wanna find your ambience. Channel, let's go 2. Never play something on the same channel. There we go. So if we run it. That is not the right sound, but there you go. Ambience, yeah, that sounds about right. That's about right. I'm also going to go ahead and play a fan sound effect. I actually don't know if we have a fan sound effect in here. I think it's that. Channel number 3, different channel. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out some other time. But now if we test it from our main menu. Oh. newspaper. Night 1. We're moving around. There's our ambience, our fans moving. We can listen to our call, or we can mute it. That's gonna be it for today's episode. Again, special thanks to, I don't even know if I said it at the beginning of the video, I'm really tired, Lolbit Plushie, for reminding me the series exists, even if it was 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna try to actually continue the series now, but yeah, thank you for watching.